friends, happy Friday. I hope you're all doing well. I see I've got my camera kind of wacky, but we'll work with it. Hope you're all having a great Friday. It's off to a great start. I am smoking the Matches Memorial Friday 7LA with Haunted Bookshop, but I'm very excited because we're going to be running an experiment tonight, God help us. So, I'm a little concerned because I haven't seen myself switch over yet, and that seems like an awfully long 30 seconds. Let's just check and see. No, I seem to be there. Seems like the delay on YouTube is a bit more than it usually is tonight for some reason. But hopefully you're going to be seeing me, or you're seeing me now, but there I go. So the delay is up to about a minute. Keep that in mind, guys, if you want me to respond to something in the chat. Anyway, let's see who we got in the chat tonight. Looks like a good crowd gathered already. Probably showing up to see me blow myself up with an experiment. We've got Corvette Jim, Welsh Piper 62, JMZ 56, Clarence Wood, and Bob Kraus. Good to see you guys. Signalman Tony from Rhode Island. Hello, Tony. Been having trouble with your Rhode Island lately for some reason. Street Glide Piper, Gary Edminster, Big Dave, Tim Fournier. You need to get me smaller shirts. I know. This is yeah, it's getting silly. I think I can tell you a story about that. I'm not sure, but I think I can tell you a story about Corvette Jim, James Long, Gordy, Piper said. Big Dave wants to know what's snow. Texas Piper, smoking Burley Flake number 3 and Aroma 673 with a Yingling Black and Tan. Wonderful. And there's Portsmouth Piper. I hope I'm not repeating myself. I got distracted there and I lost track. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. It depends on which screen I look like, but if I look at the real-time screen, it seems like I'm sliding off at an angle, but on the main screen here, I seem to be okay, although I'm delayed by about a minute. It's going to be a strange night, guys. Oh, there's Paul the Piper. How you doing, Paul? It's great to see you. Pungo Breyer. Has been a while. Howdy to you, sir. Good to see you. Gary Edminster's got mirrors with pirate cake and snow. Hello, Chip. Good to see you. Piper on the 45. Where am I? What am I? Now you know why this is the best conversation of my week. Oh, sorry to hear that, buddy. Welsh Piper have to come outside and have a cigar. Son-in-law had a clot in one of his lungs. Oh, man. Man, I hope all goes well, Welsh Piper. I had that happen, pulmonary embolism. Back when I was on chemotherapy, which is a risk for it and stuff, and fortunately, blood thinners work really well. So I hope he's okay. I hope that turns out well. Clarence Wood. The problem is my diet ended up 4 times heavier. You're doing it wrong, Clarence. Hey, Soggy Cobbs, good to see you tonight. You're doing it wrong, Clarence, but I've had that problem too. Piper says I am front and center, so I'll go with that. Thank you. Bona Piper, good evening, sir. Good to see you. And Smarty Bob, how you doing, Bob? The Briar Gecko, I don't think I caught you earlier. Good to see you tonight. So I see a lot of people talking about snow, and I heard from my wife's family in Pittsburgh, they're expecting 6 inches, I think. It's just bizarre because I think it was 70 degrees there today, and tomorrow they're gonna get 6 inches of snow, or something ridiculous like that. We're gonna get snow tomorrow as well, and it was in the 50s today, but it's going to be in the 40s, so it's going to be another one of these weird snowstorms where it can't possibly accumulate. It's just going to turn to rain almost instantly. Crazy weather. Michael Case, how you doing? Smoking some classic Virginia flavored with Sailor Jerry's spiced rum in a Vaughn Bulldog. Very nice. And Jeffrey Feinberg and Sailor, hello. Sailor's got a Savinelli autograph from '73, Old Joe Krantz White, and a Mondavi Private Selection Merlot. Very nice. I tonight am drinking simple. Just got a bit of Redemption Rye, neat. 1 to 3 inches in Delaware, Street Glide. Wow. And Pungo Briar just finished some Old Dark Fire and a Savinelli Tundra. Ah, there's Doug Owen. Good to see you, Doug. Corvette Jim's got some peach tea liquor. Wow, 30 degrees in 7 hours. That's a big shift there, Eddie. Amazing. Ah, I missed Welsh Piper's seafood diet comment. That's a good one. Oh, Gordy's got to work in the blizzard. That's not good. Stay safe, buddy. Happy Friday to you, George. Bearwolf and Miss Kathy, good to see you guys. They had about 1.5 inches today with 70 early in the week. Yep. I'm going to be back there over the weekend. Just crazy weather. Absolutely crazy. So I don't know if any of you saw the why I was making the experiment comments earlier. I decided pretty late in the game that I'm going to run an experiment tonight, and I put it on Instagram and I put a post on YouTube, but most of you probably haven't seen that. But if you're wondering, I'll tell you what the experiment's going to be. Progress Piper, good day to you, sir. Having some Escudo in a Charcombe Volute Redition. Very nice there, Mick. Enjoy. "10 degrees in 20 minutes. Wow, that's tough, Tim. And Tim's another one of those guys that's outside part of the workday. I'm lucky. My biggest problem is going from my office to the car, and I've had some issues with that. So the experiment. If you saw the video I made on Wednesday, I was talking about blending cube cut burley into a blend, in this case Haunted Bookshop, to try to slow down the burn rate. It seems to me that Haunted Bookshop has been burning faster for some reason, and maybe that's just my cadence has changed or something. Maybe one of the components is sourced differently and it's burning faster. Maybe it's part of an evil plot on the part of Cornell and Deal to make me buy more, and ultimately wind up divorced because of it. I don't know, but I thought it would be interesting to try to mix in some cube cut burley because it's known for slowing down the burn on blends, and it's already in Haunted Bookshop, so it's probably not going to change the flavor profile. And I talked about this on Wednesday. I was quite pleased with it. It's not Haunted Bookshop, but it's pretty close, obviously. And it does seem to last longer in the bowl. So I got to thinking about that and wondering if that's just me thinking it's lasting longer, or if it's really lasting longer. Is it really burning more slowly? Is it just a difference in density between the two blends? So I have weighed out 2 equal amounts, one of Haunted Bookshop, one of Haunted Bookshop plus cube cut burley, and I'm going to smoke them back to back and time myself. Now, of course, we're going to talk about other things while this is going on, otherwise it would be a really boring video. But that's going to be going in the background while we chat tonight. So as soon as I finish this up, we'll switch over and start that. And I missed a bunch of stuff. Tim got a big sale at the end of the day. Fantastic. Everett Young, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. You getting snow up there in the Great White North, Everett? Yeah, I don't know, Pungo Briar. It would be interesting, And it should have a similar effect to mixing crooner. I like the flavor of Haunted Bookshop too much to play with it like that. But I can't mix in crooner anyway because it's the one blend that my wife will not let me smoke. She just does, and I've tested it a couple times now, not telling her when I'm smoking just to see if she notices, and she notices. Phil Rivara, how you doing, Phil? Good to see you tonight. Oh boy, Everett, walking in a whiteout. That's not fun. Yeah, I know it's blasphemy. I feel bad doing it. But I think they're playing. I mean, you agree with me, Everett, that it's burning faster? I don't think I'm the only one playing with Haunted Bookshop. Jim spent a week in Little Rock one night. Good one, Corvette Jim. Ah, yes, I saw the tattoo on Instagram, Tim. I was wondering if that's what... You didn't actually say it was a tattoo, so I wasn't sure, but very nice. Yeah, Eddie, that's the sad thing. I can't find a Burley Flake I like that is available in bulk, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, Tim's saying it's the deer tongue that's putting my wife off the crooner, but most women like the smell of deer tongue. I don't understand that. Andrew Sirigliano, hello. In Florida visiting the parents. Well, thanks for jumping in, Andrew. It's really nice to see you. And there's Big Country Briar. How you doing, Cole? And he says he loves crooner, reminds him of sassafras candy. Oh, yeah. Very, very cool. It could be that my wife just really hates Herr Bingo, Doug. I don't know. Gary Edminster has Haunted House. So Everett and Bear Wolf have both said it's burning faster. Very interesting. James Stumbo, how you doing, James? He says, so dry that it jumps when you open it like fleas? Nah. I've always found the Cornell and Deal blends to be perfect. I like my tobacco dry though, James. It's dry compared to other blenders. There's no question about it. But that's not why it's burning faster, because it's always been like that. Oh, really, Tim? So you're going to go the whole shirt, huh? So Pungo Briar saying, so you think it's drier than it has been in the past? That's interesting. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe it is drier. Now, Welsh Piper, I don't know what happened to Charlie. I know I've seen him on a couple of live streams recently, so he's still around. Evil plot by Jeremy Reeves. Speaking of which, we probably should try to get him to come back on. It's been over a year, I think, since we talked to him. And we have some... He's got to answer to a few things. I'm just kidding, Jeremy. I doubt Jeremy's watching this. Piper said, I've done that, and she does not notice Gentleman Caller. It's very interesting. I can smoke Gentleman Caller around her all day. She would not notice it. But as soon as I switch to crooner... Yardism says he doesn't notice a difference. Okay, well... Chad, maybe we're inventing it. It's quite possible, or maybe. I mean, I know Everett and I are smoking too fast. I don't know about Steve, but yeah, we're probably just smoking too fast. Pirate Frog 333, how you doing, Robbie? Hearth and Home Classic Burley Cake. I have tried it, Phil, and it's got a, at least if I'm thinking of the same thing you're talking about, it had a funny casing on it that I didn't like. Is that so, Doug? I saw that they resolved things, but I didn't see the details. So the designated hitter rule has been universalized. Therefore, baseball is dead. Very sad. ENAS Dad, how you doing there, Robert? No, Tim, they get what they're calling baseball, but that's not baseball. The Smooth Piper Peter, how you doing, buddy? And Ron Hardcrackers, hello. Oh, sore throat turned into bronchitis. Sorry to hear that, Ron. Puffing albuterol sulfate instead. Hope you feel better soon. So you got bit by it, Phil. Yeah. Kirk from Florida. How you doing, Kirk? Eric the blue collar pipe smoker. Oh, Eric, that's gonna take too long for me to explain. The Briar Gecko pressed Pegasus and Pirate Cake. Not bad. I don't know, Eddie. Does anybody know when the designator hitter rule was introduced in the American League? I don't remember. Well, Sailor, what Cornell and Deal, or at least Jeremy Reeves has said, is that they prefer to sell it dry because people don't want to buy water. I mean, you can always hydrate it, but it's harder to dry it out. Michael Case is asking, what's the new addition on the back wall above Bella? Oh, that's a picture of me that was drawn by Tony513. And I hate doing this because I'm going to make people ill, but hopefully you can see that. I can't see it on the big monitor, but yeah, Tony was kind enough to sketch that from one of my videos and send it to me. Patrick Grant, how you doing tonight? Smooth Piper's got some classic Burley cake. Oh, there you go. Just so you know what the delay is like, on my monitor, I'm just now moving the camera to show you that picture. Crazy. So 73 is when the American League adopted the designated hitter. I don't remember it being a big deal. Of course, I wasn't that old in 73, but I was watching baseball. I don't remember it being a, well, I was living in Philadelphia, so we weren't impacted by it either. It just takes a lot of the strategy out. Oh, Pirate Frog, sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope we can bring a little bit of cheer in for you. Good advice, Texas Piper. Very good advice. Yeah, so Phil Rivara's cat got a pet rooster. Phil, I didn't catch the story. Is that just a roaming rooster that showed up, or does it belong to someone? Armchair Piper, hello Ed. Good to see you tonight. Ed, I got your email. I haven't had a chance to respond to it, but thank you for it. I will get back to you. It's one of the problems with these cell phones. You look at your email on them and you say, oh, I'll answer that later when I'm at the computer, and then you forget about it. 73 was before interleague play. That's true. Yeah, you just didn't notice the change. Good point, Doug. And Street Glide Piper's making the same one. Yeah, wouldn't have been a big deal. Big Dave's asking, how about Sutliff Burley? Is that J4? Not familiar with it, Big Dave. Is that a flake? It's a migrant rooster. They're the worst kind, Chad. Clarence is declaring the rooster illegal. Hungo Breyer asks, has anyone else been following Old Carolina Pipe Cottage? That guy does good work. Have not seen him, but we'll definitely look him up, Hungo Breyer. Old Carolina Pipe Cottage. Okay, thank you. It is a beautiful rooster, Robert. It's like the platonic ideal of a rooster. When you see this, you'll say, that's a rooster. It's a squatting rooster. Eight State Burley is the next small batch. Well, I hope all you small batch buyers enjoy it. Armchair Piper's putting in another vote for, what was it, Old Country Cottage? I'm going to have to go back and watch to get the name. Oh yeah, Robbie, I forgot Smokin' Rooster. He was a colorful fella. Jim liked the 8th State. I have a tin of it. It actually was sent to me by a friend, and I haven't opened it. But oh, Cole is saying that's the reason he stopped buying the small batches. That's true, Eddie. We're big batch buyers. If Everett was to buy the next small batch release, there wouldn't be any left. He would just buy the whole shipment up. That is amazing that LaRussa could do that. Won a World Series in both leagues because the strategies were so different. Or, well, yeah, they were. The rooster has a man crush on Phil's cat. That is funny. All right, this pipe is done. So let's get on with what the plan is here. So what I did, excuse me 1 minute, I'll bring these over and hopefully not drop them on the ground. So I took this pipe, which is my, I think this is a 622 7L, and I packed a comfortable amount of Haunted Bookshop in it. Not a, filled to the top kind of bowl, but one that will last a bit of time. And then I took it over to the scale and I emptied it out and weighed that, and it turned out to be 1.75 grams. So I weighed out 1.75 grams of Haunted Bookshop, which I've got right here, and 1.75 grams of Haunted Bookshop plus Cube Cut Burley. So this is 2 parts Haunted Bookshop to 1 part Cube Cut Burley. And it's going to be hard for me to show you this, unfortunately, but let's see if I can. The amount of, yeah, I'm not going to really be able to do this, but the amount of the Haunted Bookshop plus Cube Cut Burley in terms of volume is actually a lot less than the amount of Haunted Bookshop alone. And that's one of the things I was interested in, because the Cube Cut Burley is denser. So once you make that mixture, the tobacco weighs more. So is the reason it's burning slower simply because you're actually putting more tobacco into the same volume? Or is it burning slower because it really does burn slower? So that's what we're going to find out. So I'm going to start with the regular Haunted Bookshop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load it in this pipe. I'm going to do the char light, tamp it, light it, and then start a timer. And then we'll keep chatting, and you guys got to remind me to stop the timer when I'm done, because I will probably forget. And I know you can't see me loading it, but trust me, I'm loading right off of this piece of paper. Now these have also been sitting out the same amount of time, so they've dried equally. And I'll take the last little bit here. You guys know that trick? You make a little funnel with your hand and you can pour the tobacco in. It still goes all over the floor, but only when I'm standing on carpet. All right, there we go. Let me go ahead and get my timer ready. I mean, we don't need to do this to the second, but I mean, nobody's going to care if the tobacco smokes for an extra 5 seconds, right? This is going to have to be a couple of minutes to make it worthwhile. And we are running. Hope you can see that. So, if this turns out really interesting, I know there's too many variables, Sailor. I'm just having fun. If this is interesting, everybody that's in the chat right now can be a co-author on my paper in the Journal of Irreproducible Results. Well, Gary, it's not that the smoke is short, it's that the tobacco's burning faster. I mean, I've smoked a lot of haunted bookshop and I know how long it smokes in a lot of pipes, and it's not lasting long. Yes, Chad, the carpet lint does add a certain je ne sais quoi. No question. Oh, I'm sorry, Cole. This is the straight haunted bookshop. Yeah, Doug, the problem with it being an outdoor, the Cube Cut Burley being an outdoor tobacco is that it's very easy for it to get picked up by the wind and thrown all over your clothes, throwing little burning cinders all over you. Volunteer Piper, how you doing, buddy? Phil wants to be a case study. We'll see if we can work that out, Phil. The Briar Gecko is asking what my average smoke time is. These days it seems to be, and this is when I'm not talking. You know, if I'm just working or reading or something, it seems to only be going about 15, maybe 20 minutes. You know, I thought about that, Robbie. I would love to do some sort of a pipe smoking contest, but it's hard to do in a virtual environment because, you know, everybody's going to have a different pipe and you're going to have to trust that they're going to have the same amount of tobacco and everything. And yeah. Yes, Eddie, the Texas Piper, it would be interesting to do this experiment with the same pipe, same blend to figure out and probably do it at least 3 times to get an average and a standard deviation to figure out that would be a controlled study, and I'm not doing that. You know? Michael Case, I'm smoking from a well, it's a bag that's probably a couple months since it arrived here. I've had it open since sometime in early February, but it's the same batch that I mixed with the Cube Cut Burley, so those things should be consistent. Oh, is that so, Doug? Fairly famous tobaccos like Aaron Moore offered cube cut versions. That's interesting. Yeah, Phil, it's I haven't ordered anything since actually just before Christmas was the last time I placed an order. And 2 weeks ago, Smoking Pipes actually called and asked if everything was okay. But I did place an order yesterday just to take advantage of the 20% off sale that they're having. That's an idea, Robbie. We could do something where we get a set of identical cobs and send them out with a, you know, pre-weighed amount of tobacco. Texas Piper, you'll have to talk to the finance department, and she's hard to convince. Oh, that is cool, Ron. Watch his grandfather use the funnel trick to put Bull Durham in a pipe, in a cob, drinking boiling hot coffee from a saucer to cool. Yeah. Yeah, Phil, I think that would be a sign that you should be rethinking something. They didn't really call, it was a joke, Chad. Rethinking, yeah. DDT, good to see you. That sounds absolutely awful. Anyone here tried C&D's Captain Bob's? It's supposedly a grape soda flavored American English. I feel nauseated just reading that. Yeah, Phil, that may have been the problem. Although it's unlikely that my order alone would help him do that. It's a good point, Cole. I could do that because I've got stuff that's probably 7 or 8 years old now. So I could go back and look at the burn rate over the years, but it's even less scientific to do that because there's going to be different moisture levels and everything. Tim Fournier knows how to fix the gas issue. I do too. You gotta drill for oil or finish building the pipeline. Very simple. Was fixed. Werewolf and Miss Kathy, my banker put me on hold until we see how the prices are going. Yeah. Eat White Castle and have the cars run on methane. There you go. Bungo Breyer's been on a big and burly phase. You and Everett Young. Yeah, Eddie, I'm guessing tobacco prices will increase. That's one of the reasons I placed the order yesterday. I don't need Haunted Bookshop, but I figured I might as well buy a pound before the price goes up again. Hey Willie, how is John doing? Is he feeling better? Morris the Piper packed his pipe with Haunted Bookshop and came out to enjoy it. Hopefully it's starting to warm up there a bit, Boris. Oh, Jim, you're a braver man than I. Picking up some bacon old fashioned. $5 a gallon in Florida during the housing bust? Tim, that's unbelievable. I don't think at that time we ever saw it go much above 3. I could be remembering wrong. Oh, good to hear, Willie. Good to hear. Well, Gary, there's a difference between smoking it and enjoying it. And Sarah, that's cheap compared to a lot of places. Yes, Cole. I feel bad too. I was watching the Nashville Mafia on Wednesday, and I won't go into why it was funny, but it was funny. Poor John. You know, DDT, I heard that too, that Visions of Salafius is actually more grapey than Black Grape, yeah. Glad you're getting some vibes of spring, Boris. It's a good thing. Wow, Christian, that is high. 760 per gallon. Wow. Oh, his wife's got it now. Sorry to hear that. $0.99, Michael. You're showing your age there, buddy. Ah, Cole won a pipe on the last Mafia show. Was that, Chad? I had a actually my battery died in the middle of it, so. Oh, Texas Piper. Sad but true. That's true, Pungo Briar. Pipe smoking is still probably the most economical way. A lot more economical than cigars. And I don't know. I'm sure it's more economical than cigarettes, although I don't know how to calculate that. Tim, is that Mike me or is that Michael Case Mike? Remembering gas being a nickel. That's I don't think anybody here remembers that. Oh, Steve can remember 25 cents a gallon. Wow. I do remember it going over $1. I do remember. I think in the early 70s it was under $1, and then the whole Carter gas started happening. Ah, Phil, thank you, buddy. Very kind of you, sir. I really do appreciate that. You know, not to moan about it or anything, but YouTube has. It's so aggravating. They run ads, but nothing comes in from those ads because they say I'm not suitable for ads because of the tobacco. So every little bit helps, and I really appreciate that. Hey, Tobacco Pipes International, good to see you, Mark. Things are moving too fast for me. The obvious unintended result of high gas prices is not a price at the pumps, but the reality that those big trucks are gassing up at those prices. Yeah, all goods are going to skyrocket. Absolutely, Doug. It's going to roll down. Was under $1 in the 90s? Really? Don't remember that, Tim. You like that foghorn, Robbie? So I think I might be reaching the end of this bowl. I'm going to try to give it one more relight. All right, Chad, thanks for joining us, and enjoy the groceries. Oh, wow, Gary, that's terrible. I remember gas siphoning, back when you could easily just take the gas cap off. All right, we're done. Oh, geez. Of course, I closed the timer. So we're at basically 19 minutes. Hope that's showing up. 19 minutes and 9.06 seconds. We'll just call it 19 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and empty this. And give it a couple of minutes to cool down. What was that fast, Eddie? I don't know. So you guys, just in general, guys, is 19 minutes a fast pipe for you? Hurry, the barometer is dropping. If any of you guys are rye whiskey fans, this stuff is really good. It's called Redemption Rye. Got a really nice complex flavor to it. I'm not a whiskey connoisseur, but I really do enjoy this. So I'm seeing guys say about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I know, Mark, I need to use the shims. I need to find the time to use the shims. But I truly do appreciate the suggestion. Although I'm not sure, I don't know if there'll be enough space for them. I'll try it. Bona Piper's asking for a good cocktail made with gin. Gin and tonic would be my guess. It's my favorite to drink in the summer. And of course, a gin martini, you can't go wrong with that. Oh, you like it too, Patrick? Yeah, I think it's pretty good stuff, and not too expensive either. Welsh Piper Pelican, it wasn't a Codger or OTC, but I think it's still made. Doug can help me out on this, but it's very hard to find. It's made by Butera. That's right. That's right, Cole. They're not smoking, they're just playing. Oh, thank you, Tim. One of the worst possible songs to have stuck in my head. Yeah, it would just be nice to not have the squeaking, but having the time to deal with it is another story altogether. Phil makes his own gin. Fantastic. All right, hopefully that's starting to cool down. This is not a small bowl pipe though. You know, I saw a lot of people saying it depends on the bowl. This is one of the larger bowls that I have. It is a little bit short because it's a pot, but Flatwater Monty, how you doing? So he's saying that the Pelican was actually a McClellan blend made for Butera. Okay, I didn't know that. So it's no longer made. All right, so I'm gonna reset my timer here. Oops, that's not how you reset it. That's how you reset it. And we'll bring over the cube cut mix. So this is 2 parts Haunted Bookshop to 1 part cube cut Burley. Now you could argue this has been sitting out longer now. Yeah, there's all kinds of variables we're not controlling. This isn't science, this is pipe smoking. But it's fun. So that was 19 minutes for the first one. It'd be hilarious if this one is 17 minutes. Because I really do have the strong impression that this is smoking slower. Okay, we got the charring light done. I've tamped it down. Oh, that's annoying. There we go. We got the timer running. Monty says gin was just used to degrease engine parts and he's surprised you can drink it. Yeah, Cogs, I think it makes sense. But my worry is that because it's denser, you're putting more tobacco in the bowl. You know, for the same amount of volume, you've actually got more weight of tobacco. Ah, Michael Case, you make that sound too when you get out of the chair. Oh, okay, so Doug says Pelican was distributed by McClellan but was blended by Germain. Yes, Phil, this is the cube cut mix. So this is 1 part cube cut to 2 parts haunted bookshop. Zipmo765, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you tonight. Ride Germain to the gas discussion, Tim? Really? Yeah, Eddie, I'm not that worried about the cost, although, you know, it is a factor, but it's more just the amount of time I have to take repacking the darn thing during the day. Haunted Cube Shop. Yeah, I talked about that on Wednesday. What would I name it? And what I've decided is I'm not going to name it because I don't want to elevate it to that level. It's just something I'm playing with. It does have a nice tin art on it, Mark, for sure. And I enjoy. I fortunately was given a tin of it by Brian Doran, who's a big fan of Pelican, and he brought a tin for me to the Boswell meetup. And it's, you know, I'm not in my Latakia phase anymore, so it's not something I'm going to be smoking right now. So I jarred it up, but I don't know, about 6 bowls, and it's good. Very smooth. You know, it's got that old Latakia, I'm guessing Syrian smoothness to it that I really enjoy. Jeffrey Feinberg is accusing me of gulping down my smoke. Well, could be. Hey, Couch, how you doing, buddy? I hate Paul Tagliabue. Oh, Tim. Eddie just finished bowl one at the 1 hour point. Yeah, Pungo Briar. I used to start every day with Carter Hall, and then there was the whole Carter Hall is going to go away controversy of about a year ago, and I decided to switch to Pegasus. I still have some Carter Hall. I still smoke it on occasion. Yeah, Ed, you like the Pelican. Yeah, I think it's good, but I'm not gonna chase it. It's not something that I would go crazy trying to buy because I'm not a lot of Kia guy. Flatwater Monty is asking, has anyone tried the Stillwell cigars from Dunbarton T&T? Not sure what that is, Monty. They're blended with C&D pipe tobacco. That's interesting. Tim's still working on his first bowl. Well, Tim, I know for a fact that if we ever have a slow smoke competition, I will lose to you. I don't know if you'll win, but I will lose to you for sure. And Sailor's still smoking his old Joe Krantz. He's about 3/4 of the way through it. Okay, I smoke quickly. You got to remember, I started with a different bowl of Haunted Bookshop. This is my third of the show. Humdrum, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you tonight. Beowulf and Miss Kathy asking, which do I like best, the Carter Hall or the Pegasus? I assume you're asking me. It's an interesting question. I honestly have kind of gone off the original Carter Hall and was starting to do so anyway. The topping was starting to get more and more apparent to me. So I really like the Pegasus. I think it's a fantastic replacement, and I'm going to stick with it. But I've tried the new Dominican Republic Carter Hall, and I got to say it's a better blend. It does not have that topping. I'm sure it does. I shouldn't say topping, casing, but it's not as prominent and just more clean tobacco flavor. Yeah, Michael, we'll still do Carter Hall Day if I can remember it. I think Syrian was smoother Welsh Piper than Cyprian, but people have disagreed with that. People have agreed with that. That's just been my take. Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Gotcha. Yeah, Cogs, I think I just answered that. The Dominican, I think, is better. I just think it's more pure tobacco. Oh, that's really interesting. So Portsmouth Piper says the Stillwell cigars have an aromatic, a navy, English, and a vapor cigar. I'd love to try a Virginia Perique cigar. That's true, Eddie, and there are many things worse in this world that you can do too quickly than smoke a pipe. Flint, Latakia. Yeah, Tim, that would really help. So Humdrum says he's enjoying Carter Hall in a basket pipe right now. Dominican Carter Hall is the newer stuff that they're making in the Dominican Republic. If you look on the tub, it'll actually say whether it's made in, where the heck did Middleton blend? I think it was in Pennsylvania, but it'll either say that it was in the US somewhere or Dominican Republic. If it's Dominican Republic, it's the newer stuff. Nothing wrong with being stocked up, Pungo Briar, especially since the prices are going up. Gary Edminster's on the same bowl. Well, you guys must all have much lower tobacco bills than I do. Yeah, Eddie, you can't kill Carter Hall. Matches called it the Twinkie of tobacco. So the Sutliff Burley J4 is available in bulk. Thank you, Big Dave. I'll have to look into that. Ooh, I know the answer to that one, Doug. So Doug wants to survey the group. What was the cheapest whiskey you ever drank? Yes, Gary, Pirate Cake is very Latakia forward. I believe it's like 75% or something. Carter Hall was the original Hawkman. Oh, I thought Doug actually wanted a dollar amount. Armchair Piper and I have the same answer as my dad's, and it was free. Yep. So the whiskey I'm thinking of was called, I think it was called Canadian Hunter. It had a wolf on the label. It was like a white and light blue label, like snow and this wolf. And I believe it was about $2 for the bottle. And I really wished I hadn't drunk that. Because when I was in grad school, a friend of mine had gone through a breakup, and we picked up this bottle because it was cheap, and between the two of us, we finished the bottle. When I woke up in the morning, I had one eye that was very, very bloodshot. I had actually broken capillaries in the eye. And I went into work the next day at the university, and my advisor saw me and he said, "So what did the other guy look like?" And I figured it was better to let him believe that I was in a bar fight than to tell him the truth. So so Doug's was Old Mr. Boston's bourbon, and he said it would blind you. Pungo Briars is Old Mill Stream, and the label said it was aged on the truck from the distillery to your local distributor. Old Overshoe whiskey. That's interesting, Michael. So Doug is saying the famous Wolf Label Canadian Hunter. Yes. 10 to 1 with Coke, and it was palatable. Old Granddad. It's funny, when I think of Old Granddad, when I was growing up, there was this city park, and people used to go into it at night and drink. I don't know who. I'm assuming it was, older kids. I was pretty young, but there seemed to always be a bottle, usually a broken bottle, of Old Granddad laying in that park somewhere. And for the longest time, I didn't know what it was, but I knew that label. Yeah, Doug, you started a good chat there. Guys, I've got some bad news. I believe I'm at the bottom of this bowl. And if I am, the results are going to be surprising. Maybe a little bit more. All right, Willie, thanks for joining us. You have a good night too, buddy, and a great weekend. No, Flatwater Monty, we are not going to do that. I was less than good, Michael. Less than good for sure. Tim, I missed the soy boy comments. I would have touched them. Comments. That makes sense, Doug. You would if you drank that bottle, you probably would not be able to get the bottle to an appropriate trash receptacle. All right, Tobacco Pipes International. Thanks for joining us, Mark. You have a good night and a great weekend. Well, this is done, guys. And I am not going to say that that's longer. 19 minutes and 21 seconds compared to 19 minutes and 9 seconds. Boy, it's marginally longer. Very interesting. So that means the longer burn, what I thought was a longer burn time is actually just that I'm getting more tobacco into the pipe because it's denser. Kind of interesting. Of course, I got to do that 2 more times with each and do the controls and yeah. It was fun. Pungo Briar's taken off. Yes, haven't seen you in a while, buddy. I hope you stop back again soon. You have a good night and a great weekend. I don't know, Gary. That's pretty much normal for me. All right, Welsh Piper. You have a good night, buddy, and a great weekend, my friend. It is marginally longer, Patrick, but it also was less tobacco going in. So, well, less volume. Uh, Same weight. Yeah, I did weigh them both. It was 1.75 grams of each. I think that's the point, Eddie. If you pack a cube mix, you're just getting more in the pipe. Yeah. Oh, Doug Owen, thank you, my friend, for a gallon of gas. Well, it will certainly still buy a gallon. But thank you very much. Really appreciate that, Doug. Gary Edminster is switching over to a bent pot from Eric Stokeby. And Tim Fournier is done. So I smoked 3 pipes to Tim's 1. That's embarrassing. Yeah, Eddie, I think the same is true for flakes. I mean, you can cut a flake on its short end and turn it into a cube cut, right? That depends on how much you rub it out, of course. But that's actually one of the reasons I've been enjoying the Latakia flakes, this Latakia wave, because they burn more slowly and I'm not getting as much of that sharpness that I don't like from them. When I have a ribbon cut Latakia blend, it seems to always be very sharp. Well, Doug, I'll run out and buy the gas tomorrow morning just to make sure it's enough. But seriously, thank you, buddy. Jim smoked 2 bowls and had 4 drinks. You know, that's part of the problem. I couldn't be drinking as much because I was talking, so that's meant I smoked more. I'll try anything to justify it. So, any of you guys going to Muletown next week? Gary switching to a 32-ounce Corona now that the vodka is gone. Eddie, I don't know if flakes would burn at a lower temperature. I really don't know. Oh, now Steve's jumping in on me and saying he's still smoking the same cigar that he started at the beginning at 5:30. Okay. Corvette Jim's going to Muletown. Fantastic. I was talking to Eric, the blue collar pipe smoker, earlier today, and he's going. So that's great. I Wish I was going. Portsmouth Piper's going. Yeah, sorry I'm not going to see you, Mark. That would be fantastic. Ah, yes, time change next week. So Michael will get to watch it in the sun. Zippo might make it. Piper on the 45 can't. I might if so. I'm definitely going to try to do Richmond and New York this year. And if Chicago happens, I'm seriously considering that. And then next year I'll try to do some of these other ones that I missed. Well, I guess at the end of this year as well. So the Ohio Pipe Show. Um, it's I just feel bad that I'm missing out on these. All right, so the Smooth Piper says he's smoking Haunted Bookshop and it lasted him 20 minutes. So I'm in good company. That's right, Patrick. Nashville Mafia is going. Martin over a pipe and Derek. Is Derek Zippo Derek? Because he just said he might not make it, but time changes tomorrow night. Yes, indeed, Doug. Hey, Luke Reisner. How you doing, Luke? It's good to see you. Saturday at 2 a.m. Saturday at 2 a.m.? Sunday at 2 a.m. If it's Saturday at 2 a.m., it's this night. Oh, you're going to be at Richmond in the fall, Mark? Okay, well, I will definitely see you there. No, I haven't heard any dates for it either, Patrick, but I look forward to meeting you there. Other Derek, okay, Zippo. And he's saying that Haunted Bookshop lasts him about 20 minutes too. Yeah, so it's going to vary depending on the blend. Yeah, Michael, it's funny. I used to have that problem too, where I'd have to walk all around the house changing clocks. And now most of them change by themselves, um, which is confusing because the one that doesn't change by itself is my alarm clock. So I'll get up on Sunday morning and say, oh, it's 6 o'clock, and I don't even know. So it'll actually be 7 o'clock? Is that right? I get confused by this. And it's not until I get to one of the clocks that automatically changed, like the one on my cell phone or something like that, that I realize I'm wrong. Derek is okay. Gotcha, Patrick. Peter smoked his in his Friday 7 Ellie. Yeah, so I would have probably been a little bit faster in the Friday 7 Ellie because that's got a smaller bowl. No pendulum clocks here, Michael. I wish I had one. I love those. Ah, that's the mnemonic. Thank you, Doug. Spring forward and fall back. So it will. If I get up at 6, according to the wrong clock, it will be 7. Corvette Jim's gonna have him. That he's got an automatic system worked out. All right, Bear Wolf and Miss Kathy, you guys have a great night and a great weekend. thanks for joining us tonight. That's right, Big Dave. You guys don't change time in Arizona. That's nice. I don't know. On the one hand, it's annoying to have to do it twice a year and all, but I'm so used to it after doing it my whole life. I'd probably be upset if they took it away from me. It's very strange, but that's the kind of person I am. I don't like change, and although the time changes change, but they'd be changing the change, which would would be annoying to me. There's some deep psychology in that one. Yeah, Michael, those springs are tricky. Everett Young, you have a great night too. Enjoy the weekend, buddy. Thank you, JMZ. You have a great weekend too, my friend. And we are going to be winding down. We got a couple minutes left, but I'm nearly out of rye here, so. Good point, Cogs. Armchair Piper's confused. I'm confused too, Ed. Thank you, Texas Piper. It is a historical anachronism, Doug, but I'm just used to it. This discussion on spring brought to you by Slinky. All right, Mick, thanks for joining us, buddy. You have a good night, too. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I've really enjoyed it. High point of my week, of course. We'll be back next week. More fun and games. Probably not another experiment, but we'll see what happens. So thank you all. I will finish that and wish you all the best for the weekend. I'll be back on Sunday with a weekend chat video, so I hope you tune in for that. And if not, I'll see you next Friday. So y'all take care. We'll talk soon.